Hey guys, what is up? So, I wanted to talk a little bit about my weight journey and my health journey and my love and self acceptance journey. Just all of the journeys that have to do with who I am physically and mentally and spiritually as a person. So, I'm just going to get right into it. I really didn't have much care in the world for the way I looked when I was little. I don't know why I would. I was pretty tiny. I didn't really get made fun of at all. A little bit for my teeth. I had some pretty funny teeth when I was little, but that's a whole nother story. But body wise, I didn't have any complaints. I was petite. I was a little taller, but not by much, and I was fine. When I hit puberty, I really struggled um, with eating, and I definitely have disordered eating. I wouldn't say that I have an eating disorder. Um, but when I was around 13, like end of middle school, beginning of high school, I really struggled with my weight and feeling like I had to fit a certain mold. And I got really sick, like I had like a cold or something, and I lost a bunch of weight. And I really didn't think about my weight before this event. And I lost weight to the point where I was like down pant sizes and my clothes didn't fit and I had to buy new clothes. And I was like a size 0 or something like that. Granted, I was 13. Like, obviously, I wasn't going to be like that big. I was a tiny kid. But for some reason, I thought that being a size 0 in adult sizes was like incredible. Even though up until this point, I was wearing like children's sizes. But anyway, I was so excited that I was losing weight, which I never really thought about it before. But I lost weight and I wanted to keep the weight off, even though I wasn't big. Um, so I really didn't eat a whole lot when I was in early high school, freshman year. I ate like a salad every day for lunch, and it wasn't like a salad with like any type of nutritional value. It was like iceberg lettuce with like some cheese and ranch. It wasn't like a gourmet, like all this protein and different veggies. It wasn't like super sustaining or anything. But that's what I ate every day. And I used to brag about it. You know, people would talk about their favorite food and everybody would say like pizza or burgers. And I'd be like, salad is my favorite food. And you could ask anybody that I went to high school with. Everyone would tell you that that's what I claimed was my favorite food. And I was super healthy and I was super fit. And I thought I was the, thought I was so cool. And I think once I really hit puberty and I was like getting all of my femininity, all my curves, it really hurt a lot because I was getting like boobs for the first time and my hips were filling out and my pant sizes kept growing and growing and growing. And I wasn't doing that much different, but I felt like I had to fit back into the mold. And it became this habitual act of eating really crappy food, like a lot. Like I'd eat multiple burgers, a whole pizza, a pint of ice cream, like binge eating, and then not eating like at all, and just eating salad. And it would just be here and there, and it was so unhealthy. And I would go from working out all the time to just sitting on my butt all the time, and it was two vastly different sides of the spectrum. And this was all the time. And it's pretty much been that way for as long as I can remember. Every time there is a event or something I want to look good for, I will lose the weight. I'm very good at losing the weight, but it always comes back. So, like for prom, I was determined to fit in this beautiful dress that I found, and I lost like 30 pounds or something like that. And I fit into the dress. I didn't look good in the dress, or at least I don't think I did. And then I gained it all back. I mean, prom night, I ended up eating like a ton of ice cream, corn dogs. I like binged that night because I had been starving myself up until that point. And every time I went off of my diet at the time, I would go crazy. So like I wouldn't eat a couple days and then I'd gorge myself on donuts. And that's not a healthy mindset or anything. But I would like totally crap on myself about how much weight I would gain and if I couldn't fit into a specific dress, even if the dress was like not my size at all. Of course it wasn't going to fit me. I would make myself feel horrible about the fact that I couldn't fit into this dress. And I never went clothes shopping ever because I didn't like the feeling of not being able to fit the dress. And I mean, obviously, no one likes that feeling, but I took it so hard. I took it like I was wrong, like my body was defective and I should be able to fit into any clothing size that I put on, which is just insane. And I'm never gonna be a size 2, but I felt like I was less of a person if I couldn't fit into those things, and I would lie about who I was, and everyone knew it was a freaking lie, but I would try to make myself feel better. I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't eat McDonald's. That's like so unhealthy. And then I'd binge McDonald's, you know? And I'm getting to a point now in my life where I'm not like super body positive all the time. I don't look in the mirror and go, wow, I'm hot, crap, whatever. But for the very first time, I bought clothes that fit. And I know that sounds ridiculous. I bought size 16 pants. And that was a huge milestone for me because until this point, I was squeezing myself into size 10s. Like it would take me forever to button these pants, and they had like some stretch to them. But I was trying to prove to myself that I was still small, that I was still tiny, and I wasn't. And it just made me look worse wearing clothes that were ill-fitting. And I finally bought a pair of shorts this past summer that were a size 16. And they fit. And I looked great. I felt crappy because the size on the label was bigger than I wanted to be. I was plus size. I was overweight, whatever you want to call it. But I didn't want to be that size. I didn't want to be a size 16 because that sounded like something that big people wore. But I looked good. For the first time in so long, I felt confident in the pants I was wearing because they fit. I started wearing shirts that fit me, that were flattering to my body type, and I started looking like halfway decent. And whether or not I lose weight in the future for health reasons, I think it's important to know that I shouldn't be forcing myself into sizes that don't fit because it just negatively affects me in the long run, because I was trying to buy sizes that were too small, and that's what was damaging, was me trying on clothes that didn't fit. And I would blame myself for not fitting into these clothes when I'm buying clothes that are too small. Of course they weren't going to fit. And I would get so hard on myself, and now I'm finally buying clothing that is my size. And I look good in, and maybe they are bigger than I want to be, but I need to get to a point where I'm not making myself feel like a horrible person because I'm not fitting into the clothing sizes that I want to be in. And I finally got to a point where in day-to-day life, I can go out and feel confident and feel like I'm a beautiful person. And obviously, I have my bad days. I'll see pictures of myself and I get really upset that someone posted them because I didn't look as skinny as I wanted to look. And I'm not skinny, but I feel like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I don't look the way I should. They should take it down. And I think that it's this society way of looking at it where if you're big, you have to like overcompensate. Like you have to do really nice things with your hair, or you have to like do your makeup in a certain way. And I was not doing that. I don't do that. I wear sweatpants and I put my hair in a bun and I don't wear makeup. And I thought that it made me look slobby, and every time I ate a burger in public, I was like fat or whatever. And I felt like I could only be pretty if I was wearing makeup and did my hair and wore a fancy outfit. And I think it's because every time I see big people in media that are praised, it's the people that are fully dolled up. And when I see people that are bigger that aren't all dolled up all the time, they're looked at as like gross or slobs or whatever, just because they're overweight and they didn't put on makeup that day. And I think that that internalized inside of me, and it made me feel like I was less of a person because I don't wear hair and makeup done all the time. And I've got to a point now where I can rationalize and say, just because I'm not glammed up all the time and just because I'm not a size 2 does not make me less of a person, and I'm still beautiful. My partner still finds me attractive, and I still feel attractive, and I just need to stop comparing myself to other people because they are not me. And they are not you. And you should not have to compare yourself to other people that aren't you, that don't have your body type. It doesn't make any sense for us to be comparing and contrasting other people's bodies when they are not us. And even if we all ate the exact same diet, we wouldn't all look exactly the same because that's not how bodies work. And I shouldn't think of myself as less of a person, and you shouldn't think of yourself as less of a person because we don't look the same. And I'm getting there. And I think that buying clothes in my size was the first step. And this is kind of a random video, but I just felt like I needed to say something about not just body positivity, but being realistic and saying, just because I don't look skinny doesn't mean I don't look good. And I should be able to buy stuff that fits me and not feel guilty about it. So, thanks for watching this video. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now, and I feel like I finally have the ability to share, and hopefully someone gets something out of this. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to, and press the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.